What's up, guys? It's your boy Remy, and today I wanted to bring y'all a little bit of a story. I don't care if y'all watch the gameplay or if y'all just tab it over. Like I said last time, the gameplay's nothing special. What I was actually doing in this gameplay, my hands are extremely tired from working. I've been working a lot lately. I think today is going to be my 5th or 6th day in a row working from like 2 to 9, 2 to 10, shit like that. It's really getting exhausting for my hands working in the warehouse at Best Buy. But anyway, that's why my aim's going to be a little off. Not to mention that I'm trying to make the switch because MLG Columbus was this weekend, and I'm trying to make the switch to the Red Dot site, and because it seemed like everybody was using it, and so there must be something good about it. So this gameplay, I'm trying to see what the whole big fuss is about the Red Dot. So my aim's not going to be that great. But anyway, I don't want y'all to watch this for the gameplay. I wanted to tell y'all a story today. I wanted to tell y'all what happened to me at work last night. So, as some of you know, I'm work at Best Buy. I work in the back of the warehouse. I'm doing all the dirty work. I'm slaving. We like to call it slaving, which is basically self-explanatory. We're like goddamn slaves back there. We do all the shit that nobody wants to do. That everybody on the floor. It makes everybody on the floor when they see us glad that they're salespeople. I'll just put it that way. But anyway, it's been a hard, grueling few days, and I was a little on the edge last night. I wasn't mad. I'm never a hostile individual. Like people that'll know me will know that people that'll meet me and my friends and stuff know that I'm not a hostile person. I don't like to throw the first punch. I don't like to punch, period. I have a huge mouth on my... I'm not gonna lie, I do talk a lot of shit, but I don't like to fight, and it's not that I'm a pussy, it's just that I don't like drama. I'm a big fucking... I hate drama. I hate the drama of life. I hate people... when people try to fight, I'm usually kind of the pacifist, the peacemaker, but not last night. Last night, it started with, I got really excited last night because I feel like we got our jobs done quicker than normal. We did a great job. I feel like what me and a couple of other people do is we unload the entire truck and then sort it into there's separate totes, and we call them totes. They're like crates, and then we stock the shelves of each section in Best Buy. And if you haven't noticed, Best Buy has a lot of different sections, and the big hotspots, in Best Buy are going to be mobile. The mobile section is going to be and computers and sometimes gaming. It varies on what the third one is. Sometimes home theater, sometimes gaming. It varies. But what they do, as in the guy that I had a conflict with, Tony, and I think it was Yuri is his name. That's a weird name, but he's fucking weird as fuck. But anyway, they do all the heavy lifting with the TVs. I mean, I do heavy lifting when we're not doing truck. Don't get me wrong, but it's just our assigned roles. Him and Yuri have been there longer, so they do a lot of the TVs. Put the gigantic 60-inch TVs out, and they feel like they're walking around putting that shit out, and they're not even doing near as much as we are for the store, but they feel like they've accomplished more than we have in the time that we work. And so I already know they feel that way. This Tony guy in particular, he's a real jackass. I don't like him at all. You can tell by just knowing him that you're not. The first day that I met him, I knew that I wouldn't like him. Just the way he carries himself, it's just he's a fucked up individual, in my opinion. But where this begins is that I got finished with my section of mobile, and we had started on the outskirts of the store, and then the third hotspot last night was definitely MP3. We ended up finishing an MP3 and working together in MP3 to get MP3 knocked out, and we're almost had MP3 knocked out. That's not the last of our duties. Our duties are to clean the warehouse after that, and that takes a while, and lock up shit like laptops, stuff like that. But anyway, like, we were exhausted. We convened in MP3 and we were almost done, and the warehouse supervisor comes by. And remember, guys, I'm excited that we finished so quickly, but the warehouse supervisor comes by and tells us that 5 people have come to him and told him that we were, look at that warrior right there, but that we were doing a bad job and moving really, really slowly, which wasn't the case at all. And so I knew immediately what happened. It was this Tony motherfucker that told Keith is the supervisor's name, that told Keith that we are moving slow just because he wanted to get out. Like, none of us can leave until everything's done, and they're not doing near as much as we are, but he's like, they're moving slow, they're moving too slow for me and stuff like that. And I know that's what happened. And he told Keith that, and Keith came up and confronted us, not knowing how much work we had actually done and how quickly we had done it, but just trusting the word of his higher power of the store, Tony, this fucking guy that's been there a little bit. Look at that! Look at those walls that I get shot through. I'm like, what the fuck? But anyway, Tony's a jackass and thinks he's all high and mighty, and so does Keith. Keith probably thinks of him and those people that do the TVs more than we, because they slave more than us. But I mean, you can't even say that they slave more than us. But what I was doing, I was flirting a little bit with this white chick. We call her Snow Bunny and Mobile, and I was getting my job done though. I was moving at a fine pace, and then when he confronted us, I shut my mouth. I don't want to go off on the supervisor. I want to go off on who told the supervisor. Immediately names are popping up in my head, and Tony, and all caps, pops up first. Tony and maybe this other manager type person, but I don't even care about the people that are actually in superiority, but Tony popped in my mind, and so I'm already fucking furious at Tony. I'm already thinking of ways to fight his ass, and I wasn't really gonna fight him until near the end of all of our shifts when we were cleaning up the warehouse. He makes this comment to me. I was actually doing a lot of work at the time. I was security wrapping a bunch of stuff, and he says, "Hey, stay busy, man," which is exactly what Keith told us, and that's the very terms. And so as soon as he said that, I knew that he was the snitch. And so what I did is I left a little bit before them. I hurried out of the store. I drove my car up next to his car, and I confronted him. I told him, "Oh, those are nice Beats," and I asked. He was wearing his Beats. I didn't want to break the damn dude's Beats, because I knew that would not end well for either of us, and so I confronted him. I was like, "Oh, those are nice Beats." I took them off. I threw them on the ground, the Beats, and then I threw him on the ground and started wailing on him. I started punching the shit out of him, and he was. It got to a point. He hit me a few times, but it was more like bit scratches on my arms, because he was trying to pull me off of him, and somebody else was trying to pull me off of him, which ended up happening, but. He was like, "I'm gonna tell David," which is the remember guys, he is 20, think of this, he is 25, and I'm 20, and he's acting like a little baby about it. And so when he said he's gonna tell David, I started punching him harder and harder and harder. But anyway, that's the little story. There's not too much to say. My work friends pulled me off of him, told me that they don't want to see me get in trouble, which I don't think I'll get in trouble, honestly, if you want me to be completely honest with you, because I'm gonna have a talk with David about this whole situation, that he was being a smart ass and deserved an ass whooping. David's a big guy. I think he'll understand. But anyway, thank you guys for putting up with my story and listening to my story. I thought it was pretty funny. It was something to talk about. But anyway, I will see you guys later. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed MLG Columbus, because I did from what I saw. But anyway, I'm a go, and I'm a shut up, and I'm a go to work in about an hour and see what the fuck David looks like, or not David, Tony looks like. I can't wait to see that bitch. But anyway, I'll see y'all.